What's up, YouTube? It's QahirTheConqueror here. Welcome back to my channel for yet again another video. If you have an idea, if you have a goal, you have a vision in mind, this video is for you. With that idea you have, with that vision you have in mind, with that goal, with that dream, with whatever it is, my best advice to you as somebody currently in the pursuit of my dreams is to just put your best foot forward. And I promise you, if you stay consistent and you're determined enough, the rest will figure itself out later. Just to give some personal testimony, I have been someone who has great ideas, very ambitious, very creative, all of those things. But while those are good, one of my potential flaws is that I'm very meticulous, very methodical, tad bit of a perfectionist. Now, these are actually good traits depending on the scenario. But when it comes down to putting things in motion, sometimes you just have to go with it. Sometimes you just have to figure the rest out later and just get started. Just do something, put it out there and figure it out, because you learn along the way. And with being meticulous, methodical, cautious, and things like that, all of that pressure from your mind pumping these crazy ideas out, and then your mind like saying, hold up, wait, let's plan every single detail. And what you're gonna do is get overwhelmed by all of that, and then probably become stagnant because it's just too much, too many options, too much knowledge, too much, what about this and what about that? And then you don't do anything. Or self-doubt will creep in or something like that. And that has hindered me in many ways with all of the creative ideas I've had. I'm not letting that happen anymore though, because now I'm just going for it, putting my best foot forward, doing the best that I can at a certain time. And then once I learn more, once I get more information or meet certain people or things like that, then improve where you can and keep building off of that. And that's the same message I want to tell you, is that you should take the time to plan, because planning is important. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. That's not for me. I heard that one day, but I live by that. You want to plan things, you want to make sure that you have certain details figured out, but don't stress over everything, because like I've talked about a control in a lot of my videos. You can really only control so much. And like, if you're doing what is meant for you to be doing, if you're doing your purposeful work, you're doing God's work, you're doing whatever it is you're meant to be doing, something, whatever you believe in, but something divine or something is going to happen or be working behind the scenes in your favor. And the rest will just figure itself out, not magically, but it'll feel like it. But it's not really magic. See, when you take the step to go from creative thought in your head to planning it out on paper or typing or whatever various method of putting that down you use, and then doing whatever research is necessary, communicating with whoever is necessary to communicate and collaborate with if you need help, and then putting it out there, you executed a task. Like, you did what you were supposed to do. And then it doesn't end there. But the rest will figure itself out, especially if you continue to stay with it. See, to give personal testimony, I'm currently going through and seeing and observing and being exposed to the things that like I asked for, I prayed about, I wanted, I manifested, I wished for, and things like that, and goals set for. Like, as I mentioned before, there are many things that I should have done by now, or I should be doing, or should have done. But because of that nature of overthinking, or even sometimes relying on other people, because I will say, unless your goal, dream, vision, or whatever it is involves people that you need to rely on, That's one of the worst things you can do, because you cannot leave it to somebody else to bring forward what you have on your mind, your spirit, and your heart, and putting that out, or showing the same love and passion and putting the same amount of effort you expect into it. You're setting yourself up for failure. I did that. There are many ideas that I would voice to people and try to get their input and try to, get people on the same page. And you're just eventually gonna tire yourself out. You're gonna become discouraged because you're not being encouraged by the people you expect to encourage and support you. And you just don't want to do any of that. So go research and listen to anybody you look up to for the most part, because many people, as I have mentioned before, I don't just make this stuff up. I've read tons of books. I might make a video about some of them one day. I've listened to tons of videos and read certain articles, and I'll continue to do that because the secrets are in the recipes, and the recipes are out there for the masses to consume, if that makes sense. It starts with the vision. It starts with that dream. It starts with that passion, that interest, and then you just have to go with it. You just have to go for it. Just put it out there. Like if you're making videos, if you're making recipes, if you're writing books or whatever, I'm just naming things and making up things. Like, okay, get it close enough to the standard with the resources you currently have and put it out there. Number one, people are going to think what they're going to think regardless. They'll hate on you if you're doing great. They'll support you and cheer you on if you're doing great. They'll hate on you if you're doing bad. They'll cheer you on and encourage you to do better if you're doing bad. You can't worry about what they think, or at least only to a certain degree. The reason being is because at some point, if you're putting the level of effort required to succeed in whatever it is that you're trying to do, you're going to catch those things. You're going to pick up on those things. Somebody will come along the way and help you improve those things if you're receptive. You'll do research. You'll probably get more funding or have a better funding option to be able to afford certain things if you need to make various upgrades. That is what I mean by saying the rest will figure itself out later. You cannot stress about magical possibilities and things like that and jump to conclusions and make assumptions, because you're setting yourself up for failure. To conclude, most of us, if not all of us, at some point, unless it dissipated, you have a dream. You have a goal, you have a vision, you have something that you want to do, an idea, whatever, a passion, an interest. And quote the Bible. It might be a little loose, so forgive me. We're commanded to create, to subdue the earth, to multiply, and things like that. Part of that isn't just the small parable that you think it is. I'm not going to pretend like I'm deep enough to explore that, and that's not the purpose of this video. But creation is a part of what we're supposed to do as humans. Even animals do it. Beavers create their own dams. Birds, they build their own nest. So I encourage you. You might have to overcome fear. You might have to overcome anxiety. You might have to overcome your peers and your support system, your environment. You might have to overcome yourself, because these can be some of the biggest hindrances in regards to putting these dreams and visions and goals out there. But I promise you, if you do what you're supposed to do and you take the necessary steps to get to certain points, first step, get the dream, vision figured out, write it down, type it up, whatever you have to do to be able to break that down into goals or tasks or whatever, and then just put it out there and keep at it. Keep building, keep improving, keep networking, keep exposing other people or exposing yourself to people. And I assure you the rest will figure itself out later. And then you just keep growing from there. So I hope this video helped in any way. If it did, please like, comment, and/or subscribe. Thank you. Stay tuned. See you for the next video.